Tell me in a second. Welcome back. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to be sharing the show in just a little bit. I have with me Mark Melkowski, and he is the owner of Arizona Financial Solutions.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, and tell everybody, you've been on my show now several times. You are passionate about what you do for a very good reason. First, talk a little bit about yourself, what you do, and why. And I know your answer already because I've talked to you a few times now, but go ahead and tell a little bit about yourself.
I don't know what you want to know other than I believe in safe money. I've been doing this about 25 years, and right now I really believe in safe money, what's going on in the world right now. You can see every day the market goes up 1,000, goes down 1,000. How do you live with that?
Go ahead.
Well, you have to use some wisdom here, or you're going to use folly. You're going to use one of those voices coming to you right now. You're either going to use wisdom or you're going to listen to folly. And one of those two are directing you right now, and you hear that voice every day, and you got to decide which one that you want to listen to.
You know, I've listened to you several times while you've been on my show. I remember the things that you say. And somebody was talking about, the market and how the market, it goes down, but it always goes up. And I said to them, I repeated your words verbatimly, which was, yeah, but how long does it take you to recover? Because I think you said it took like 7 years or something like that for people to recover, right?
Right.
So listen up, everyone. Mark has been doing this for 25 years. Right now, this is something that in the market that we are in, which is already volatile, it's so scary for everybody.
We're in the twilight zone right now, and no one can, well, they put a lot of fear in us right now, but that's a different topic.
Okay, but today you want to talk about some special things. We're going to do a giveaway. We usually do a different book, but today you brought a Patrick Kelly book. I know a lot of people like these, okay? And it's called Stress-Free Retirement, and it is a national bestseller, and a lot of people out there that know Patrick Kelly. We're going to give everyone, we'll enter them into winner, everyone get one. How do you want to do it?
If they call me and they talk to me, I'd like for them to call me. I'll give anybody a book, The Stress-Free Retirement from Patrick Kelly.
Call in here. He does free consultations for everyone, and he works statewide. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. He has a brand new website that they just they launched about a month ago or something like that. It's Arizona FS. Okay, so it's ArizonaFS.com for financial solutions, and you can check him out right there.
And they're putting together right now, I'm not a computer guy, but they're putting together a Facebook page on there.
So you'll have all of that, and you'll be able to use this as well for everybody out there listening. We're going to let everyone call in, too, to get this book. Because, as you said, it's an easy reading book, and it's one of your favorites that you like for people to have. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Stress-free retirement. Who wouldn't want it?
Everybody should want it.
Exactly.
Everybody should have it.
Wouldn't we all? Shouldn't we all?
Shouldn't we all? I'm going to tell a little story here because I want to talk about annuities today. Because 90% of the people want to have an annuity, but they don't understand them. So we're going to get into the good, the bad, and all of that with annuities. But a couple years ago, and I'll just name their first name. It's Roger and Elizabeth. They came to a little ARI workshop, American Retirement Institute, and he was a firm believer in being in the market. He said, "There's no way you're going to talk me out of getting out of the market. I love being in the market." He's like 65 years old. And his wife said, "Well, we got to have a little bit of money saved, but he's not going to do it." So months went by. We finally sat down, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of my money." So we took some of his wife's money and his money and put it into an index annuity. Well, the first year they made about, I don't like to talk returns because I just like it to be safe, but they both made about 8% on that money. And then the second year, he said, "Okay, we're going to take out income out of there." And I said, "Well, how much do you want to take out of there?" Roger said, "Well, we're going to take out about 10% a year." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Now you may or may not affect the principal, whatever the index annuity does." So I met with him last week, and so for a year now, they've taken out over $52,000 out of both of their annuities, total $52,000. And he said to me last week, is this really real? And I have his statements right here, and you can see them so you know I brought them right off online off the company. And I said, what are you asking me? He said, well, my value is the same, even though I've taken $52,000 out. I have more money in there than I started with. I said, that's right. That's what an index annuity does. It protects the integrity of the principal, it locks in the gains, and it gives you an income. And he goes, I can't believe that. So what is he doing now? He's putting a little bit more money inside those because he does not want any risk to that principal. Any risk at all. Even though the market's down, he's still going to put money in there because he knows he will never lose that principal. And over the last probably 3 weeks, I would say I've gotten probably, and I'll just say a small number, 75 people have called and said, thank you. I haven't lost a penny in this market. That's right. I haven't lost a penny. So when Patrick Kelly writes this little book, and we know Patrick Kelly works with the companies we work with, stress-free retirement, that's exactly what it is.
So it's all so this is what he talks about.
Absolutely.
Too, is annuities, and they are the, what are they called?
Index annuities.
And so many people have had such a weird taste in their mouth about annuities, but they are different. They change, correct?
Absolutely. We have 4 different types of annuities out there. One is a fixed annuity that works just like a certificate of deposit or a certificate of depression, like I like to say. But it's just a fixed annuity. It gives you a 1 to 2% return. Then there's a SPIA, which people don't understand SPIAs, but they work just like a pension. Then there's a variable annuity, and all it is wrapped around mutual fund. And then there's the index annuities that index to the market, but it protects the principal. It can't go down with the market. What people don't understand or they get goofy about is the fees in there or the surrender charges, and I just address those right up front.
And how do you do that?
I just tell the people what it is, and if the annuity's not for you, don't do it.
Right.
But if it is for you, look at it and look at all of the pros and cons with an annuity.
I think it's really important for people to always look into things and think outside of the box sometimes, of the things that you've been told. Also, you do second opinions all of the time. And I also told that person, too, who I was talking to connect with you, because they said that you never know. Everything is so different. You've got to listen to other people, especially now. You also mentioned, too, many times, not to bad play in any way, any financial advisor or anything like that, but there are things that maybe they just don't know or want to talk about, but you have been doing this for 25 years. You've saved people lots and lots and lots of money, have made them not lose money in volatile
That's
markets.
the most important thing. They haven't lost any money. And, you just said something about which most people don't address is sequence of returns. Look it up. Look how it's going to address your retirement when you start taking money out. You better address sequence of returns.
Now, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get the book. It's a Patrick Kelly book, Stress-Free Retirement. And that's exactly what they're talking about right now, are these annuities.
Index annuities.
Index annuities. I got to write it down. Index annuities. So you can call in here, get yourself a book. Maybe it's you or someone that you know. Maybe your parents. I don't care who it is right now. I think everyone needs this information. If Patrick Kelly likes them, you can like them too, But you got to learn about them, right? You got to learn a little bit about them, and that's where Mark comes in. He's been doing this for 25 years, and right now we've got our lines open here for everyone to call in. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. He works statewide. He does free consultations. He does second opinions. I think everyone should have a second opinion. It doesn't hurt to talk to him. It's a no obligation consultation. You
Absolutely.
take that information with you and you do what you want with it. The number to call him direct is 602-793-6493. You want to check him out on his brand new, spanking new website. They love it. It's ArizonaFS.com. So Arizona FS is for financial solutions. So ArizonaFS.com. Hang tight. We're going to be back in just a minute. And it's all about these. Call in here, get the book. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We're going to stay live because I'm going to stay live.
Oh, stay live. Okay. Good.
Yeah, I want to stay live,
Good.
which is nice. And so you're on fire, which I love it, because you are just being you.
Yeah, that's it.
But this time, different than the other times, I just want you to know that, it's just, I don't know what it is, but I'm appreciative of that. So, what do you wanna now teach them about, what do you wanna do, now
just
you've
talk through
counted
how-
that part of it, you said we're gonna talk about
Annuities.
annuities. So what kind of annuities, you wanna just start off with the index? Or what do you
Index,
wanna do?
just stay with the index annuity, the fees, the riders,
Okay, I'm gonna do
income
this, I'm gonna do
riders.
101 of index,
Right.
okay?
90% of the people want annuity, but they just don't understand, and it's kind of our fault, I love to explain everything about the annuities. It's full disclosure, so you get to make an intelligent decision how it works. And there's some fees in there, there's surrender charges. The surrender charges protect you and the company. But you're not gonna put all your money in an index annuity. Some of it should be in there to protect
For the
from
times like this.
times like this.
Right.
And it takes 3 to 7 years. Right now, that market was at 2,900 or 29,000. We're at 2,400 or 2,300. That's a 40%, 35% loss. It takes 3 to 7 years to get that back.
You had mentioned that before, and I did. I talked to that person that was talking about it, and I was able to verbatim speak as if that you were talking. And I don't know what's going to happen with that, but it was information for them that I thought was good. You know?
And then the sequence of return. If you're and the market's dropping and you're taking income out of there, you have to make a decision. Because if you're taking income out of there and you've been used to taking 5,000 out of there, and now the market drops, do you still take the 5,000 out, or do you take less because you have less money in there? But you've been used to living on $5,000. Now you have to make a decision. Don't do that. The index annuity doesn't do that. You still get to take out the $5,000. That's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Well, we're going to talk about that now.
Okay. Yeah, right now, we're not in a perfect world because we do all these webinars on, which I can't stand doing webinars.
Do one here.
Yeah, they're gonna do a couple of things on the
I'm sorry?
They're gonna do a couple of things on the Facebook stuff. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, well, good, because I'm gonna talk to them, because they have a lot of stuff, it's called content, that they can use for there as well as for, and you don't probably even know where they are, so, you know. Well, our lines are open here, and I know people are calling in to get the book because people love Patrick Kelly, and so does Mark like Patrick Kelly. We've been talking with Mark Melkowski, and he's the owner of Arizona Financial Solutions, and we're talking about index. We're going to even learn the 101 of them. And, you don't have to shake or anything like that or get nervous because Mark has been doing this for 25 years. And we want to give everyone who calls in a book so that you can have it, whether it's for you or someone that you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100.
Yeah, I have about 10 books left, so you better.
Yeah, hurry up and call.
But
here's the thing. Mark will do second opinions. He does free consultations with everybody. It's a no obligation free consultation. He works statewide. And you're all about the education, that you are passionate about this. Doing it for 25. It's all about the education. And you do talk a lot about money, and that's what this is all about. And so does Patrick Kelly. So we said it before, we're going to say it again. If he can like it, you should like it. At least learn about it.
At least
learn about it and how it works. And so when we said at the break that we're going to come back and talk about the 101, or I should say it this way, Index Annuities 101. Let's talk about it.
Okay, well, first of all, we're not in a perfect world right now, so if you want to talk and you call in, we can put you on the webinar and do the webinar with you. But Index Annuities 101, the key word there is indexed to the market. So it's not in the market. So they're going to go out and you have a 2 or 3 year reset, and they're going to go out and they're going to buy the calls and puts and all of that, whatever you want to call those, and it's indexed to the market. So if the market goes up, you get some of the gain. But what people address is, and most guys and gals don't want to address the fact that there's some surrender charges there, and there may be some fees in there. The surrender charges are for you to protect you and the company. The fees in there, some of them have fees and some of them don't have fees. Some of them have spreads in there that the spread comes off only if there's a gain. No gain, no spread. The fees are associated mostly with income riders, if you want to put an income rider on there to give you a guaranteed income for life that you can never outlive. And so you just need to address those fees when you're talking with somebody so they don't get like, oh, all of a sudden I got a gotcha here. We're not going to do that. We're going to be full disclosure on the fees, the surrender charges, and all that. And so you want to know that. And then if that's suitable for you to do the annuity, then do it, because you have to answer some suitability questions on the forms. But an index annuity does three things. It protects the integrity of the principal from the market. It gives you an income that you can't outlive, and it locks in the gains. And what does that mean by locking in the gain? So let's say after 2 years the market's up, and I'm just going to use a 15%. They're going to lock that gain in on $100,000. Now you made $15,000. You can never lose that gain based on the market. What a powerful tool that is. And the sequence of returns in there is also needs to be addressed if you're taking income out of it.
Well, you had said to me at the break that a lot of, like 95%, almost it was 95% of the people out there want annuities. They're afraid of them. They don't understand them. You said they're hesitant on the fees. But as I'm listening to you, that you said some have them, some don't. And I'm just repeating what you said.
Absolutely.
That to me, what I'm hearing is that each person has a different story. Each part of an annuity, of this index annuity, works differently for each person, so they have to talk about what their needs are, talk about what they want to do. Is that my correct on that?
Absolutely. Sit down with and find out what their wants, needs, and desires are, what their income level, what kind of income they want, what kind of guaranteed income they have, because they have some guaranteed income. It's either a pension, and they've been blessed to have a pension, and Social Security. So then if they want to add to that income, how are we going to do that and use a certain amount of money to give them additional guaranteed income that will never go away? Even if the market tumbles, they're still going to get that income. That's important to them. We work all of our lives for what?
Peace.
Income.
Well, we have been working all our life for income.
And when you retire, you want some income. So an index annuity, and there are different index annuities out there. Some of them credit interest daily, some of them credit interest yearly, some of them credit interest over 2 years. So you want to make sure that you're getting the right one, and you understand all of the fees, all of the surrender charges, all of the parameters that go in there.
And you lay that out right on the table.
Right up front.
And that's what it's all about to me. I'm hearing you passionately speak about this, because it is all about safe money for you. And you're not talking about putting all of your money into annuities in any way, shape, or form.
No.
So, but it is important to talk, just have a conversation with him. It's a free, no obligation consultation. Find out whether or not they're right for you, and have somebody really spell it out right there in front of you. What is this going to be to you? What isn't it going to be to you? And if it's right, great. And if it's not, it's okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah, just right, exactly. You're not doing anything. No one's putting a gun in, up to anybody's head here. And so we've got our lines open here. Patrick Kelly, that's what he talks about him. Stress-free retirement. He talks a lot about them. And our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll-free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You call in here, you get the book. You're going to have a consultation with Mark as well, if you like, and have that. Find out, is this right for me or isn't it? It's usually right for most people, I guess.
Most people. Can I speak? Or
Yeah, I'm sorry.
In the second chapter of the book, Patrick Kelly talks about this lady that he was introduced to. It's a real client, and she didn't want to have anything to do with an annuity, but she gave him a little bit of money to do. The first year, and I'm not going to say how much she made because you won't believe it, but she made a lot of money, return on that money. And she went to visit him, and she wasn't excited at all about the return. But the next year, the market was down, and she brought him brownies because she was so excited. Why? Because the market was down, but she didn't lose any of her principal. She was more excited about that than what the gain was. And that's the principle behind an index annuity. You cannot lose any of your value based on the market going down. Hallelujah to that.
And what does it take to do it? Do they have to put a lot of money
No,
in?
they don't have to put a lot of money in there. She didn't put a lot of money in there. You can put 100,000, 50,000, whatever you think is going to give you peace of mind, or SWAN in your life, sleep well at night, that knows that, look, this amount of money will never go away if the market drops. It'll never go away. How do you say that with more stronger than that? It will not go away if the market drops. You will still have, just like this couple that I met last week, talked to them on the phone. He has taken out $50,000, but he still has all of his value. How powerful is that?
And in this market,
That's a powerful.
and if you think it's just going to keep on getting better and better and better and better and better and not ever happen again, then go down. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean, so you know that it's going to go up and down. And when it does go down, the problem is that it takes a long time to recover.
It takes 3 to 7 years to recover, and I can show you that on a chart. Real numbers. The greatest thing about financial planning or these type of investments or whatever you want to call them is there's one little word that dictates everything: math. And math never lies. So if you look at the sequence of returns with the real numbers and you see that it takes 3 to 7 years to get back to zero, wow, that's a long time to get back to zero, back to where you originally were on $100,000. Some of us don't have 3 to 7 years, and we don't know that, but that could be the case.
Now, if Patrick Kelly's talking about him in his book and he wants everyone to have it, so you can call in here. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call Mark direct. He does these consultations with everyone. It's a free, no obligation consultation. The number is 602-793-6493. Check him out on his newest website, which is Arizona FS for financial solutions, so ArizonaFS.com. He does second opinions. I think it's really, really important for everybody to have second
I'm just trying
opinions
to look
as well.
at the.
And I'm going to talk for him for a little bit. You only have a couple minutes here, so while you're looking for something there on your phone, it's so important for people to hear everyone that's on this show that are talking about that. Mark is passionate about this. You have for 25 years. You've been doing this. What did you find on your phone?
We're going to do a webinar on, and you can get on there. If you can't find it, it's on Facebook. It's the 21st and the 26th at 6 o'clock at night.
Okay.
We're going to be doing a webinar at 6 o'clock to 6 to 7. If you can't find it, call me. We'll send you the direct line to get on there, the connection or however you call that with GoToMeeting. We'll set that all up for you. But get on there and just educate yourself on all of this.
Yeah, just find out the information, and we say this a lot. Information gives you power, and this information, it's free, no obligation information for you. I think a lot of people should look into it. You're not putting all of your money into this. It's all about safe money, and you won't know until you find out. There's tons of different types of even index annuities, so please, take a listen to what Mark has to say. Call in here, get the book. Let's start with that. It's the Patrick Kelly book, Stress-Free Retirement. That's what he talks about is index annuities. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What are your final words for everybody out there?
Just educate yourself. Look it up. If you want to do an annuity, call me. Let's just talk about it. Take the time to educate yourself. Don't just stick your head in the sand because someone said they're not good. How do you know unless you educate yourself on it?
It's a conversation.
It's
That's
a
all it is.
conversation.
And if you have already, you can get a second opinion from him. Again, that number to call him direct is 602-793-6493. Call in here, get the book. It's the Patrick Kelly book. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Hold on, Mark.